Hello everyone and welcome back. The new Infinity Nikki housing system is now live and boy is there a lot to learn. The new homeland has brought with it a brand new currency called Astralites, and today I'm going to explain everything you need to know about them, what they are, how you can get more of them, and most importantly, how you can spend them. Also, I've got a few tips and tricks from mistakes that I've made along the way so you can not be like me. Don't forget to like and also subscribe for more, but let's get started. Firstly, what are Astralites? So as I said, they are the main currency of the new homeland, and you can earn them in a number of ways, and importantly, also spend them too. The first way to earn Astralites is via the Astralite tree. This is probably the most easiest way to get your hands on the Astralites, as it is a passive way to get them, so you really don't have to do much work at all. The tree is located in the center of the map area, and it's kind of not really a tree per se, it's more like a giant bulb, but it is right next to where Posy stands, and that's kind of very convenient. You'll see why later. You are given a little bit of an explanation about the tree in the beginning, but if it wasn't clear, essentially what this does is it collects astralites for you over time in a similar way that your vital energy replenishes over time too. If you click on the Astral Tree, you will see how much you've currently got saved in the tree that you can collect, and then it also tells you the rate at which you are replenishing the astralites. So for me currently, my level is replenishing 100 astralites for every hour. As you level up your abilities, the Astral Tree will produce more astralites for you, which is good. It's kind of up to you whether you want to save it up and then come and grab it every day and tie it into your daily routine, which may be good. If you're organized, then you can definitely factor that in, or if you're like me and not so organized, maybe you just grab it every time you're down in this area. To actually claim the astralites from the tree, you just need to use your purifying ability, and then the astralites will fall and then you can collect them. So don't forget to claim from the Astralite tree. It takes very little work and it will be a nice way to start stockpiling some of those astralites. The next way to get astralites is through your home journal. I honestly forgot to check this and I had so many sat there waiting to be collected, so don't be like me, remember to check this. The way that you get the astralites here is through different milestones. These aren't going to be really repeatable, but you can definitely farm through the different tasks and get quite a good amount in the beginning. So if you go into your home journal, you can click on the second tab. There will obviously be a red dot if some of them can be claimed, but then you can see each different section is divided up depending on the different abilities, and then you can go from there and either scroll through them, see what the tasks are, or obviously collect them. There is a claim all button as well, which is very helpful. A lot of these things are pretty basic for what you are doing around the homeland, and also when you're just kind of using your abilities. So honestly, unless you really want to farm them, you won't have to think too much about them at all, and then they're just a nice little bonus at the end of your playtime. And the amounts are quite high, which is also pretty good. To celebrate the introduction, we were also given 5,000 astralites in our mail. Hopefully, fingers crossed, you've already claimed all of your mail rewards for this update, but if you haven't, I highly recommend you go ahead and collect these, as they are a very good amount to get you started. These will also expire, and it looks like this will be at the end of September, so if you're watching this at a later date and miss them, I'm sorry, but if you're watching it now, make sure you've claimed them. You will likely have already been introduced to Posy, and one of the important functions she performs is the ability to trade for astralites. If you speak with Posy and go to the Yardling purchase option, you can exchange things such as crops and furniture items for astralites. You will first notice that some of these items are special weekly items, and these can be sold for a higher price than normal this week, and then these will rotate out every week. If you look on the right, it will also tell you how many astralites you can exchange with Posy this week, so there isn't an infinite amount to sell, so keep an eye on that. It is worth knowing that these will reset at 4 AM every Monday. Trading with Posy will allow you to sell the items and crops you've obtained from doing your abilities in the homeland. Even though that sounds great, I think there are a few kind of things to be cautious with when you are doing this, as I don't want it to lead to potentially costly mistakes for you. By all means, if you have leftover furniture you don't want anymore, then trade it. Also, if you're crafting furniture on purpose to then trade, then that's also fine. But bear in mind that at the minute, furniture is quite costly and time consuming to get your hands on, depending what you're crafting. And if you're wanting to decorate further down the line, then be careful, as you may regret it later when you don't have enough items to make your house look all cute and cozy. So for me at the moment, I'm definitely not trying to trade my furniture with Posy, just because I want to collect up all the items so that I can really kind of focus on decorating as well. That being said, the furniture pieces do sell for a higher value than some of the base resources, so do pay close attention to that if you are wanting to do some trades. I haven't done the exact math because I'm definitely not a mathematician, but if there are some furniture pieces that do not require a lot of resources to craft, it may be worth trading them to get these Astralites. I also just want to add in about the star collecting ability outfit too. In the patch notes they said about trading the meteorites for Astralites, which you can also do, but that kind of did make it sound like this was going to be one of the only functions for it. But this resource is also used in crafting for furniture, so again, trade it wisely. It might be the case that if you're doing this ability daily, then we do start to amass a lot of this, but I would be mindful of it going forward anyway. And knowing Infinity Nikki, I can't imagine that we're going to have lots of this just stacked around. And finally, of course, you can also trade diamonds for Astralites. You can do this by clicking the plus button on the Astralite's currency bar. I don't really recommend this, again, particularly not at this early stage, mainly because although you could kind of trade all your diamonds, unlock all the recipes, you aren't going to have the resources to craft them at the moment. It does cost 1 diamond for 500 Astralite, which I don't think is too bad. I have already traded some diamonds for this because I wanted all the recipes, but now I do realize that that was definitely a bit of a rookie mistake. So again, don't be like me. So that's all the ways to get your hands on Astralite. How are you going to spend it? The most important way is for leveling up your home abilities. If you go to Posy and go to home abilities, you will see that each ability in the homeland has a level. When you select a particular ability, it will tell you how much it costs to level up. Leveling up is helpful as you'll unlock new things and special features, but depending on the level, it will cost a few thousand Astralites to upgrade. It will also cost home insight, and so far I have found that the actual home insight is what is slowing me down from unlocking more, but it is something to remember in case you get all excited about leveling up and then you come to do it and you realize you don't have enough Astralite. I think that would be a little bit disappointing. The next thing is the Yardling shop. There are a few key things here, but firstly, you have your furniture sketches, which once you unlock them, you'll be given the recipe to then craft it at the crafting table. Some of these vary in price. For example, the classic furniture, the most expensive item here is 4,500. But if you look through some of the other categories, they do get a little bit more expensive. Some of the landscaping items, for example, are 10,000, so we're definitely going to need to do some saving. Also in the Yardling shop are ability items, so here you can buy seeds for planting. As you can see, again, I think these are quite expensive, especially when they can be harvested quite quickly. Some of these items are locked, but as you can see, you can also unlock new fields here, which again are going to be very costly. For fishing, it's kind of the same. You can unlock the fish to keep and also new ponds. And there is also animals, which at present I haven't unlocked, but there's some cookies and things here. And finally, there is the other section, and this is where things get a little bit interesting, as you can buy expansions for your home island here. You can also buy new recipe packs for sketches, such as the Wishville Volume 2. This one unlocks at level 4 construction. There are also dye formulas and more basic resources as well, which honestly I'm not sure I will be trading for, but it's there. It's nice to have the option. Some of these things will take a while to unlock, but it shows that there is going to be a lot of progression here with the housing system. So that's a shop, and those are kind of the main ways of spending money. But I did find something quite interesting that you can use Astralite for. You can actually use it to buy dyes when decorating. The dyes for furniture, in my opinion, are ridiculously expensive. I think that they should be encouraging us to have all creativity and kind of go to town, make our houses look really great with different colors and things. So I really do hope that they change this in the future. But I was trying to test out the dyes, and it allowed me to trade the Astralite for some of the dye kits, which you might want to do. Personally, I wouldn't recommend it though, as I think there are a lot better ways you can spend your Astralite. If you found other uses for Astralites, let me know in the comments, but I think that's pretty much everything that I've uncovered so far. Let me know in the comments what you're enjoying most about this update, and I hope this was helpful. Bye bye!